All right. Welcome everybody to game night. So I'll explain the rules of the game. First, I will give you 30 seconds. You will need a pen and a piece of paper. Give me a thumbs up when everybody's got their pen and paper. Yay, yay. Awesome.
Hang on, my phone's dying.
I got my game face on.
Ooh, that's scary.
Let me get my wrestling stance. You ready?
Right? Welcome, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
I'm just giving everybody the rules of the game. You will need a piece of paper and a pen.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay. Looks like everybody's ready.
Almost. Sorry, my phone's dying. I have to grab a charger. Jeez.
Okay. While she's grabbing the charger, here's how it works. There is, since we have a small group, there's 3 volunteers on this call. You, if you're not the volunteer, you will get the opportunity to share a Juice Plus product with them. You won't be judged on the product. You won't be judged how you share, but you will just share. And if you're the first one that starts sharing, you're going to win. You're going to get 2 points. And after you're done sharing, if somebody else wants to add a little tidbit in there, like you just walked up and happened to join the conversation, then you'll get 1 point. Make sense? Mm-hmm. And then I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 questions at the end that I'll be asking for points also. And I'll pick 2 winners. And I've got little pieces of paper here with everybody's name on it. And so every time you accumulate points, I'll be writing your name down. Okay. So our first volunteer, does everybody understand?
I think so.
Okay. So these are all scenarios. Who kind of like sometimes feels maybe afraid to share in maybe a public place about Juice Plus? Anybody?
Sure.
Okay. So there's many circumstances out there that we could be sharing in a public place. And these are all examples tonight of our volunteers that will present an opportunity for us to share with them. And so we will share one of the products, that whichever product is most appropriate. So our first scene takes place at a park. We have a young mom. She's with her kids, and I will let her take over. Katie, your mic is on.
Hold on. Let me unmute you, Katie.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, there you go.
Sam, my small child, was trying to talk and interrupt here. And oh my gosh, all he eats is potato chips and soda. I can't get him to eat anything good. It's driving me crazy.
I know what it's like. You know, that's exactly what my family used to be like too. We were just junk food junkies, but we made one simple change, and it was crazy because now my son actually asks to have the cilantro pass at the dinner table. Is that crazy?
Wow, I don't even think my kid knows what cilantro is.
Well, they didn't before, but now they do.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to continue, Joanne? I don't know.
Anybody else can chime in if they want to add something.
You know what, you guys? I got this crazy awesome tower, and we're growing cilantro on our deck now. So now the kids are going out and picking cilantro and asking me to put it in their eggs or their tacos.
Yeah, he would probably love to help grow stuff. Yeah. You know, my parents have a garden, and they like to help there.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Jen, because I have 3 of them. And I actually get to grow all year round on one of them. I bring it in my office and I grow all year round. So that's been a lot of fun.
But Jake, what was this other one simple thing you were talking about? Can you tell me more about
that? It's really simple. We simply added 30 concentrated fruits and vegetables into our diet. Your kids could take them in a chewable, but my kids, they were older, so we started taking them in a capsule. It was a really, really simple way. And, we care about both parents and children. So if you were to also flood your body, we could gift it to Ben for free. because Ben is old enough.
Okay.
Are we supposed to keep going, or?
That was good. That was good.
We're just winging it. I got to take my. Too hot.
I know. I'm getting a little hot here. Okay, so that was a perfect example of how somebody's frustrated, a young mom's frustrated that all their child eats or craves is Cheetos and sodas or whatever. And see how just nonchalantly you're in a park and you start a conversation. So it's easier than it seems, right? Okay, round 2.
I felt totally silly doing it.
You know what, though? This is good practice, I think, for us all. Because I think
in real life, I could have done that. But like here, I'm like, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah, Jake told me about Juice Plus 7 years ago.
And I loved how quick Sherry knew your son's name while you're at the park.
I'm
And
a
you
nosy.
trusted this woman with a funky hat on at the park, but that's okay.
Right?
And I wear my headgear everywhere I go.
Okay, so actually, true story. I met a girl at the park a few weeks ago, and she has a little guy that's 2.5, or no, not quite 2, and a newborn baby that's like 8 weeks old. And we started talking and like getting to know each other, exchanged phone numbers. She invited us over to their house to swim with their pool. And my husband is like, "You went to somebody's house that you met once at the park?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my goodness.
We chatted for almost an hour. I felt like she was a really cool person. So, yeah.
That's great.
Awesome.
Obviously she was, because you're still here with us.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Lori, for joining us. I'll just quickly tell you the rules real quick. You'll need a piece of paper and a pen. And then we're doing scenarios of opportunities of how easy it would be to share Juice Plus with somebody in a public place. And Katie just did one scenario where she was a young mom in the park, frustrated of how her kids are always wanting Cheetos and sodas. And so you get points for sharing. So now our second volunteer takes place in a Walmart.
Oh, going now. Okay. So, so I was at Walmart today because my doctor told me I need to take a multivitamin, right? Well, I can tell you that 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, because, well, in a multivitamin, it doesn't have my B12. No, it has a little bit. So I have to have extra B12. And then I have to have omegas. So, because, I mean, I don't really see omega in here. So I have to have omegas. And
Hey,
then
you know what,
D3.
Miguel? That's like a lot of bottles that you've got there.
I mean, that's what I thought too. And the amount of money I probably just spent.
Wow, he really has you taking a lot of stuff. You know what? Like 5 years ago, a friend told me about how I could get all the things I needed in fruits and vegetable concentrates. Can you imagine that? Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you don't. But I mean, I saw at No Name Nutrition, they had some gummies that were fruits and vegetables.
Well, but you don't really know where those fruits and vegetables came from. This product had a ton of research, and they have their own farms, and it was great. So my whole family got on it 5 years ago.
So you know the source of where everything came from.
We do. Yep, they have their own private farms, and they don't spray any pesticides or herbicides on them. They're very, very clean. They're like better than organic. We love them.
What about on here where it says, I mean, on these vitamins, it says keep out of reach of children. Is that the same thing with those?
No, not at all. They're safe for any age.
You know, my son, when he was in middle school, Mikkel, he actually ate an entire bag of gummies. And we didn't even have to worry about calling poison control or anything like that. He was fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so it was like a lot of gummies that he ate in one sitting.
Potty.
And there was, he probably had to go potty, but no worries. You know, another thing that I found that was really interesting about it is that, you know, in those vitamins, if you were to take and look at the back of that vitamin and the back of that vitamin bottle, all of those, and add up how many nutrients are in there, you're probably going to be lucky to get 30. And those are isolated and fragmented, okay? The great thing about fruits and vegetables is that they are designed to feed us exactly what we need. They're in micro amounts, and there's over 10,000 nutrients in just one apple. Can you imagine what a label for an apple would look like if it was labeled? I mean, you'd roll it out and it would go across the floor, right? But just one apple. And so the concentrated fruits and vegetables that Jen is talking about, just in the fruits, vegetables, and the berries, that's 30. And then you add the omegas, that's 36. And then if you decide that you really want to up your game and your nutritional content, you drink a shake every day, you're consuming over 50 plants every single day. And we're not talking just like an orange when you peel it and you just eat the meat of it. In this, you get the entire peel, you get the rind, the meat, the seeds. On the grapes, they get the stems. They get all of it because all of that has nutrition. Like on the pineapple, you know how you peel, you have to cut all the brown stuff off of the pineapple because it just, you couldn't eat it, it would hurt. Well, all of that has nutrition in it. And they've just blended it all up, removed all the water, and just blended the powders together, and that's what you're getting. So you're not just getting that handful of isolated nutrients, you're getting tens of thousands of nutrients that work in synergy together.
You should try it, Miguel.
Seriously though, Jake, I had no idea that they were using the stems and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and
They
actually,
use it all.
that came
I
across.
just got educated.
Mikkel, I thought that was a good one for you because the way that Jake made that little noise about them rolling out, if you actually had to list all the phytonutrients in an apple, I could totally see you doing that while you share it with somebody and making that noise.
Yeah.
I thought that was a perfect one for you.
What was that again?
Right?
What do you think about? I think about like a scroll, like you ever see like in the cartoons and they're like, and then they open up the scroll and it goes rolls out across the floor.
That's right.
I'm easily entertained.
Hey, Jake, I'm going to start using that.
Oh yeah, good,
Yeah.
good.
See, learn something new every week. I actually did share with somebody in Walmart that she was sitting there reading the back of a vitamin. And I went up to her and I said, I don't know about you, but I really struggle with trying to figure out which vitamin I'm supposed to take and which vitamin is actually appropriate for my body, just to see what she would say.
What did she say?
And she looked at me and she's like, do I know you? I said, no, but I can see your frustration. I'm as frustrated as you are. She just put the bottle down and walked away.
Hey, Joanne, did you wear your hat?
Yeah, but I'm going to start.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Did you have the black under your eyes for your game face? Maybe that's what it was.
That's what it was. I didn't have my game face on. That was it. So, all right. Third volunteer. This takes place in a supermarket. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick and tired of tasteless tomatoes. Ugh, look at these cucumbers. You buy these cucumbers here, and they're mushy. Who knows how long they've been sitting there? Oh my goodness. My husband sends me to the store to get some fresh fruits and vegetables. Well, I don't see anything fresh too much here.
Oh, I know. I hear you. Did you know that our average piece of produce travels 1,500 miles?
What?
I know. And so you can imagine that's why it looks so lousy and crappy, because if they picked it when it was ripe, it would be even mushier than it is right now. So they have to pick it before it's even ripe. And I mean, look, we just had an E. coli breakout and some people died. The most recent one is a melon. There's some contaminated melons. So I'm so glad that I found a solution to grow my own produce in my house. And it is the best tasting food that, I mean, I can buy it at farmers markets, but you can't go to the farmers markets in the wintertime around here. So yeah, it's been pretty cool growing my own food in the house.
You have a garden in your house?
I do. It's just I have a tiny little house in a spare bedroom and 2.5 by 2.5 feet wide. And I grow 20 plants straight up.
That's a lot of messy dirt.
You know what? There's no dirt. And you know what? When there's no dirt, there's no weeds.
That's impossible.
No, it's not impossible. It is called vertical gardening. and it's called the Tower Garden, and it is absolutely amazing. I've been doing it for 7 years.
I've never heard of such nonsense.
Well, it's probably the hat that's too tight because
I know.
the ideas aren't coming in, but it's true. And I was picking kale when there was snow on the ground.
Oh my goodness. I want to know how I can do that.
Well, I would love to share with you, if you don't mind. I have something on my phone, and it's got a couple of videos and a couple of reasons why this is so cool. So if you want to give me your number, I can text it to you right now, and you can take a look, and my contact information's there. And if it's okay, I'll follow up with you if I haven't heard from you.
Could I give you my husband's phone number so you can send it to him so he'll stop sending me to the store?
That would be great. And you know what? If he's all in, he could just get himself his own Father's Day present.
That's right. I'm up for that.
All right. What's his number?
Hey, I just want to interject a little something. I've overheard you girls talking. I have one of these too, and I have I am growing nothing but strawberries on one of mine. And you know how when you cut into a strawberry from the grocery store, how they're white on the inside, and sometimes they're, if you want to use them for something, you got to add a little sugar. These you don't have to because they're red all the way through. They're amazing.
Wow.
Strawberries?
Yeah,
Is that
strawberries.
something you can grow all year round too?
I only grow my strawberries in the summer.
Wow, that would be amazing. You'd have your own little strawberry patch on a what she was talking about, that vertical thing.
Yeah. Well, and my husband grew
gosh.
them last year.
There's my friend Lisa. Lisa, come here. It's so good to see you at the grocery store. We're talking about tower gardens. My friend Lisa has a tower garden. Do you love it, or do you love it?
I love it. I love it. I feel bad that I don't have it fully planted right now, but I've got 2 other regular dirt gardens going. But
Well, we don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about your tower garden so you can get some plants.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. And I love to, my son helps me. He loves to plant stuff. So he likes
It's easy enough for a kid.
Yep. He loves it. You just put the seeds in and the vermiculite on top of it, and you make sure that there's water in the basin, and you check the pH, and you're good to go.
Well, I'm
We're learning science too.
I've heard that you're supposed to buy strawberries organic. Is that true? Can you grow organic strawberries on your tower garden?
Well, since there is no dirt, then organic has to do with the soil that it's grown in, and since it's not in soil, it's not truly organic. It's actually better than organic. Can't remember how Andrea says that.
Well, I'm going to have to get me one of those, which I already have 2.
I will send this information to your husband, and the 2 of you are going to love it, and you won't have to come to the store and be bothered by mushy cucumbers anymore.
Well, I appreciate you approaching me at the store because I'm really tired of tasteless tomatoes.
Well, girl, you had that hat on. I had to come and talk to you.
I think you've got a cucumber hidden in there somewhere.
I think I do. Let me see.
I think it's cauliflower.
Out here. Oh, here it is.
Cauliflower, yeah.
At least the stems of it are coming out of the hat.
I know.
Oh, gosh.
That was from all the rain at the Kentucky Derby. It was bringing it out.
Oh, funny.
So it's growing.
Yes, it is. So that's not the only thing growing. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so here comes the trivia part, ladies. Good job. Good job on all of that. See, now I hope that makes you or helps you feel more comfortable when talking to people, unless you have one of my experiences in talking to the lady at Walmart. But it is really so easy to share with somebody, and sometimes it's not intentional. Like Katie was talking about, she met somebody at a park. They talked for an hour. She got invited over to their pool. So the first thing she didn't mention was Juice Plus. She just got to know the person. So I love that, and I love hearing stories of that because it's just living life. And I think I heard Jennifer say that one time, but it's just part of living life. So, and you just incorporate it into your life. But okay, so here's the trivia questions. No cheating, and I know you won't. And this is all on. You'll write down your answers, and then I will read the answers. And if you got them right, then you'll let me know how many points you got. 1 point for each answer that you get correct.
I got 50 points.
I don't have 50 questions. Okay.
All right, Joe.
This will be easy, I think. Recently, we changed the fruit and vegetable blend. What fruit did we have, but now we switched to this fruit?
I know we have mango now.
You're supposed to be quiet. This is a test.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast.
Put yourself on mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we all got that one right.
My husband just heard you, Joanne, and he came in and told me the answer. And he got it right. Yes.
Everybody got a free point from Bobby, but you got to name the fruit that they replaced. So we took out what and we put in what. Okay. Now, the vegetables. We took out what and put in more of this. Okay. Now we're removing the folate and the glucomannan, but what are we adding? Okay. I'm going to give you 1 minute to write these down. When you open, I got to get my timer out. When you open your virtual office, there is 8 blocks. What is the name of each of those blocks? Go.
Oh, gosh.
I know, you see it every day sometimes, and you.
These are good questions.
Oh my gosh.
Now, just so you know, I took my hat off so I can throw all the little sheets in there that I wrote already. All of those who attended and got on, and then those who did answers or chimed up and said suggestions. 8 seconds. Stop. Okay. Answer number 1. The fruit we changed out was we took out papaya and we added mango. You got that right? That's 1 point. And you had to get both of them right. Vegetable. We took out oat bran and added more rice bran. And we removed the folate and the glucomannan, and we're adding the lemon peel. The 8 blocks on your VF, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 1 point for each if you got it. So just you'll have to let me know how many you got. So 1 says KPIs. Next one says my customers, business alerts, my personal file, customer alert, my team data, quick links, and resources.
That was sad.
Okay, who wants to tell me how many points they got?
I got 10.
Woohoo!
I
Good for
got
you.
7.
Okay, hold on.
Is this just for the trivia part?
Yeah.
Yeah, I calculated points for you guys talking and putting in your suggestions, so it's just for the trivia.
Okay.
Lori, hold on.
I have 7.
I got 7.
I got 9. I forgot the personal information. But isn't that under something though? Isn't that under
Jennifer got
like
5.
quick links? But
It's no, because it's listed the KPI, my customers, business alerts, my personal file, customers alert, my team data, quick links, resources.
okay.
Jennifer, you said you got 5?
Yeah.
Okay, Mikkel,
I got 3.
Molly,
I got 7.
Lisa.
I only got 2.
Okay, and am I missing anybody? Okay, so somebody take over while I do this, and I can put them all in the hat for the drawing. 2, 4.
I had
Anybody
something
have
really-
any? Oh, go ahead, Jen.
I had something really fun happen this week twice. You know, we do things that say Juice Plus on it, whether we're wearing something. Well, I put my license plate, like you have, Jake, to something related to Juice Plus. And we know we're not going to have people like asking us every single day, but like I finally did, like twice this week, I had to get a new battery in my van. And so I took it in, and this old gentleman was helping me, and he saw the license plate, and he's like, oh, what is Juice Plus? And so I shared a little bit with him, and he's like, oh my gosh, I want your card, and I'm going to give it to my wife. And later that day, I went to pick my van up, and another old gentleman was behind the counter. He's like, what does Juice Plus mean? And we had a great conversation, and he wanted my card, and he saw there was a cross on it. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm a chaplain. And so that just led our conversation further. So those two guys are really interested. And then today I was at the store, and I've got one of those little decals with the 3 bottles, and I have it on my side window. And Sky and I were leaving Bed Bath & Beyond, and this woman walked up and knocked on my window, and she's like, what is Juice Plus? I think I've seen that on Facebook somewhere. And she wanted to know all about it, so I got her phone number, and we're going to talk really soon. So
Wow.
my vehicle has paid off this week.
No
A
kidding.
friend of mine also saw Jennifer in Kansas, and he called me and said, hey, he says, hey, do you know?
Yeah, I met this guy in Mound City, Nebraska at a gas station.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. It was at a gas station. Yeah. So he described you to me, and I said, I think that's my friend Jennifer. And he's a customer too, so that was good.
Put a sticker on your car. You never know.
In Kentucky, you don't need a front license plate. So I just put my Juice Plus front license plate on tonight because I thought, I'm not in Nebraska, and if I don't have to have it, I'm going to put my Juice Plus license plate on.
Yeah.
But I do have to tell you something funny. I shared, we were actually fishing a couple weekends ago, and a card dropped out of my phone as I was pulling my ID out. And this guy kind of ran after me. He goes, ma'am, you dropped something. And he picked up a card, and he goes, Juice Plus. He goes, I've heard of that. And I said, really? He says, you do Juice Plus? And I said, yes, I do. I wouldn't live without it. He goes, oh my gosh. He goes, I've had a friend been telling me for years about Juice Plus. And I said, and what is wrong with you that you have not started it? He goes, you know? And he goes, you're a nurse, huh? And I said, yes. And he goes, so is she. I said, well, maybe that should give you your sign that you need to go get signed out. He goes, I'm going to call her right now. So
good deal.
You never know.
That's awesome.
Good deal.
Okay, I'm almost done.
I have a brand new rep. She was actually a nail customer of one of my friends who used to be a Juice Plus rep, but just really wasn't promoting it much in her business. So she decided not to renew her distributorship this year. She had introduced Juice Plus to Anina before, but Anina just didn't take time to look into it very well. Then she got diagnosed with breast cancer. And so then she went to the Cancer Centers of America and was just really impressed with all that she learned about nutrition and all these other things outside of what typically you learn about at an oncologist's office. So she came back telling all of her friends what not to eat, what to eat. She contacted Shayla, the nail tech, and said, hey, I want Juice Plus. Shayla says, well, I'm no longer a distributor, but you can contact Jake. She got on Juice Plus, started going through chemo, couldn't eat because she was so sick, but she said, I still took my Juice Plus every day, and I feel really, I have such peace of mind knowing that I'm getting this into my body. And she's like, I've been telling everybody about it. I've been telling my mom wants to order. So she came over the other day and signed up to become a rep. And I just am so excited for her. She has such a passion and such a heart. She couldn't believe that people didn't know about, that she didn't know about how to eat right And, or, you know, we all think, yeah, we should know, right? But I didn't know before I know. So she's on a mission to tell people about better nutrition. And so it's really, really exciting.
That is exciting.
I was hoping she could get on tonight, but she must not be feeling very well.
Yeah, you know, I have a quick question for all of you, and I hope this isn't a bad forum to do this, but I'm getting a couple clients that have gotten cancer, and their doctors tell them to get off of it.
Mm-hmm. I've had people that's happened.
They told you to stop eating food, and they're like, well, no. And I said, well, that's all it is. And yeah, I'm just getting a little bit of pushback, and I know Lori knows about it personally. And I've tried to get people dialed into the, you know, like Michaela's presentation about striding through cancer. And sometimes I think they just don't want to hear it because it's different than their doctor. So does anybody have any suggestions for overcoming that huge objection? If other people have it, I'm glad I brought it up. So I hate to take up time though.
So on your virtual office, you can print off where all, like, kind of a synopsis of all the research and where it's been done and what it's been shown. What I do is I will say, if you're okay, do you mind if I call your doctor, or would you be willing to go in and show this to him, to show that it's just fruits and vegetables and berries? It's all plant-based. And I said, and no offense, but doctors only get like 1 to 2 hours of nutrition in their schooling, so they really don't know. And they're doing the best they can to treat the disease that you have, but they don't really know a lot about nutrition. And I always say, I'm not here to offend anybody, but I'm here to educate. And I, myself as a nurse, I had to be educated also. So I print that off and I say, do you mind if I mail this to your doctor, or do you want to take it to them? And I'm happy to meet with your doctor and share the research with them. It's just
also, becancer.org has some really great resources. They do not benefit from 1 iota from recommending Juice Plus. They don't have a partnership with Juice Plus or anything, although they do recommend Juice Plus a lot. And in fact, there are a number of their resources that they have. One of them is called Juicing Vegetables. And there's a bunch of information in there about Juice Plus and why Juice Plus would be good for them.
Yeah.
A number of their resources actually recommend Juice Plus. But that's just one that I can think of off the top of my head. And the little booklet's like $6. It's really not that much.
Well, I have all the research, so I'm walking around with those booklets. But yeah, I guess asking permission to actually contact their doctor, because I always say we have all the research, but I guess making that extra step would be like, hey, I'd be happy to contact your doctor.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes I've written a letter, and I will just say, I'm writing this letter on behalf of Mr. Sims, because he has been a customer of mine for a long time. He's a friend, and I wanted to just explain what Juice Plus was, so that he was really kind of concerned and disappointed that he wasn't going to be able to take his Juice Plus anymore.
Good idea. Good idea.
All right. I have them all here. Can you see them? I got follows up. Okay. Who wants to draw? All right. And the first prize goes to Lori. And the second prize goes to Bobby.
All right.
So thank you, ladies, for playing along tonight. I appreciate that. And I was trying to do just something different and something a little fun and just a little Juice Plus trivia. So before we close out, I'm going to pray.
Oh.
Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for our team, Father, and I just pray that you will bless those who couldn't be with us tonight for many different reasons. God, I just pray for our team as a whole, our distributors, our customers, our future distributors and customers, Lord, that you would just bless them in a big, abundant way. And Father, that they would truly be able to see that our heart is pure and that we truly do love them and care about them, and we care about their future and their health. And Lord, I just pray most of all that they will also see Jesus in us, Lord, and that you will just you will just be very evident, known, Father, of the people that we talk to, that they will see that something special in us, and they'll know that it's you, Lord. We give you all the praise and glory for the business that we have, the customers that we have, and Lord, we're just so grateful that we are at a place where we can inspire healthy living around the world. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
And
Thanks,
Nice job.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks, Joanne.
Joanne.
I think next week we ought to auction off your hat.
Oh, I think we could do that. I actually have an extra hat we could auction off.